with this sloka. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyanagamyam Bande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaika Natham. Today we will witness, we can say mentally, the first arranged marriage of the human society in the whole world. It's a unique, the description that has been given over here. But can you close your eyes and transport yourself to the Naimisharanya, where all the rishis have assembled and they are listening to that Sutta, the great exponent, Ugrasrava. Ugrasrava, he was eager to listen. That's why his name was Srava, listening. Ugra, he was eager. So he was that person who memorized everything, the conversation between the king Parikshit and the great sage Shuka. And we were continuously studying, reading and pondering over the beautiful teaching. Here we know that the Supreme God, He created the Brahma out of Himself, gave him the knowledge, all the four Vedas. And then this Brahma, He gave him also the materials and asked him, now you create. So Brahma, you are supposed to create. Now these people, they were very much eager to listen to what happened actually, how Brahma started work, the creation. So they are asking the low Maharsha, the Sutta, can you please tell me? And the Sutta now, what he heard from Shukadeva, the Shukadeva again was narrating the conversation between the Vidura and the Maitreya. If you can remember these names, no problem. But these are the great people of the ancient India. Now the Vidura we know is a very famous personality in Mahabharata. Maitreya was a great rishi. And Maitreya listened all these things and he witnessed. This Maitreya, he was giving the reply to the Vidura. And whatever he said, that was heard by our Vyashadeva, recorded, and then he told to his son Shukadeva. And the Shukadeva, when he was narrating to that king who was waiting for the death, great Parikshit, and there he was also present, Ugrasrava. Now Ugrasrava is telling what has happened. Now we have heard in the conclusion of our last discussion how that Supreme God, from his one, he created many. Why? Because of the desire. Eko nanatvam aniccham. Aniccham means the desire. That is the creation. And the creation explained in the the Vaishnava way. Because the main supreme God is Vishnu and the followers are known as the Vaishnavas. And here, this Bhagavata is the scripture of the Vaishnavas. Of course, this is the scripture of the Hindus, but mainly the main source of the book for the Vaishnavas. And who is the supreme God? The Vishnu. And what the Vishnu did? That the supreme God is not the Vishnu even. Before that, Eko, one, Nanattam, to become many, Anichan, Mayaya, through that supreme power, Maya, Basrijat Tridha. He then divided himself in three. What is that? One is divine, another human, another this bhutas, adi bhutas, all these things that we see. Now this is very important to note, that we, the human being, are nothing but the part and parcel of the Supreme God, who divided himself as a divine, the devas, and also the human, and also all this material thing that we know. The creation began, and in this Maitreya Muni is telling, the Supreme God created the Brahman, a four-faced one, Brahma, the four-faced. Why four-faced? Because of the knowledge. What is the knowledge? Rik, Sham, Yaju, Atharva. These are the Veda, total the Veda, in the four parts. So four-faced, and from the four-faced, he was going on telling this Veda, with that knowledge he was creating. In the third book, Tritiya Skanda, 12th chapter, 37 verse, we find the reply of Sri Maitreya Muni. He said, Rika, Yaju, Sama, Atharva, Akhyan, Vedan, Purvadhi, Vimukhihi. Now, East and the News, as we say, NEWS, similarly, the North, East, West and South, all the Dikas, all these things was covered by the Vedas with the knowledge. So the four-face, most of us, we are not accustomed to see the image or the picture of Brahma. It's only in Pushkar, the Brahma is having a temple. The most of the people, they go and bathe in the Pushkar, and only one temple of the Brahma. And there's a story and all that. This Brahma is only over there. That's why we don't know. Hindus, they don't know about the Brahma, but four-faced and red color. And why? Because he is constantly working. So that's why the Raja. And four-faced, these gunas. And he was going on telling Rik, Sam, Yaju and Atharva from east, west, north and south faces. And then the functions of the priest, the whole 12th chapter and of the third book is going on giving the description how all these things Brahma was going on creating and creating. Using his four-face, Brahma created Ayurveda. Now, I just quoted a little portion of it. Why? Where from this knowledge came? This Ayurveda, the knowledge of medicine, there are so many doctors. Then where from this knowledge came? From that Brahma. He created the first knowledge of medicine, Dhanurveda, weaponry, and also art and culture, Vedic ceremonies, and Gandharva Veda, Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, and Sthapatya Veda, and also the architectural knowledge. All that came. Now, why this so many things he created? So these are the very unique way they are explaining this knowledge that you get, also coming from the God. And then in that 41 verse it says, Vidya, Danam, Tapa, Satyam, Dharma Yoti, Padanicha, Ashramamscha, yatha sankyam asrijat saha vrittibhihi. Now he is giving this knowledge. First is spiritual knowledge, and then people, so many peoples are here, so they also need to support themselves. How they will support them? So many different type of knowledges. The medicinal, weaponry, art, culture, then this architectural knowledges. All these things he has given. Then he is giving the vidya, the 4 parts of dharma. That means vidya, learning. What is the dharma? That is 4 parts of dharma also. Everything 4, 4, 4. Because 4 phases. So he is going on giving. First is the vidya, learning. Second is dana, charity. Then austerity and truthfulness, satya. These are the 4. Vidya, danam, tapa, satya. See, immediately after the vidya comes the dana. Why? Please remember, when the Brahma is creating this particular knowledge, he never wanted any money. When we are talking, you may feel this person is going to organize in September some fundraising, so he's talking about the dana. No, not like that. Here the dana, everywhere. Why this dana? Dana means whatever I have earned, I am ready to give without expecting anything. It's not so easy. It's very, very difficult. Very difficult. You have earned. You have collected. Now you are sharing it with someone whom you don't know and without expecting anything. So that is very divine. One who can do that is surely rising in the ladder of spirituality. That's why again dana. And vidya, how you will develop that capacity? Because of the knowledge. What is that knowledge? I am Brahman. I am God myself. God created me. I am the part and parcel of God. Only bound by some ignorance, I will come up. There's no problem. One gentleman came. So he is suffering a lot, but I liked his enthusiasm. He is using that to walk, it is so difficult and all this. You can see from his the picture that he is suffering. But he said, no problem, Swamiji, I'll be all right within a few days. I'll come and join in the volunteer force. So I really liked it. I do not know what the fate, but he was so confident, I am going to overcome. Now in this life also, we are suffering in this world. We are bound, so many desires are there. But when you go and stand before the God and say, no problem, I am going to solve it. All my desires, I will give up. I am going to be free. I am going to come back to you, O God. How it comes? Because of the knowledge. So this is called vidya. Immediately after the vidya comes dhanam. What we are giving. My ego. Whatever those things are there, that develops my ego. I have a very good car, I have a very good house, I have a very good job, I have a good position in the society, all actually fanning the ego. And that I am giving up. How can I give that? I always give that offer to the God, at the feet of God. Arpanamastu, that's all. The intellect that He has given to me, oh God, it is you. Success that you have given to me, oh God, it is you. So when we are going on thinking in that way, there will be no ego within us. So that is called dhanam. Then tapa. But just thinking on too, you need lot of practices. Your mind will go and you have to withdraw. Some people, you could find that they are criticizing you and you can retaliate back immediately. But you say, no, I am not going to do that. You are controlling yourself. Immediately, nowadays it is so easy. Immediately you just text and then 1,000 people will know it. And if you are famous, immediately the media also take up and you are retaliating for everything, anywhere, anyone. is doing, immediately you are retaliating. No, that is not the. So the tapa, the control, and that's satyam. What is that satya? Satya is truthfulness. That truthfulness, I know what is my condition, I know what is my position, so why should I behave like this? No, this is okay for me. And the moment that satya you can practice, your mind will be tranquil. And these are the dharma, yoti, padanicha, these are the steps. So the 4 steps he first gave. Then practice of continence, ashramascha, yathasankam, asvijya, sahavrittivihi. So 4 ashramas. So ashramas, what are the ashrama? Position. So they have made the 4 division in our human life, and they call it ashrama, as because you are residing in that particular condition. So ashraya, you are having that condition. So ashrama. There's a 4: brahmacharya, studentship; garhastha, family life; vanaprastha, retired life; and sannyasa, renouncing life, the life of renouncers. Now again, the brahmacharya, we know the brahmacharya continence, but here it says there are 4 different types of brahmacharya. I thought it is interesting to know. The one is savitra, savitra. It is only to practice for 3 days or 4 days. Sometimes some people, they will go to some temple, so they will restrain. They won't eat the food that they love. They won't sleep on the bed that they love. And they won't wear those dresses that they love. And they will all sacrifice and they control their mind. No other thought except God. And 3 days we are continuing. There are in India, in every different places, things are going on in that way. They are carrying the holy water and then going to some temple. Everywhere in India they practice. And all those days they are supposed to be restrained, they are brahmachari. But anyway, nowadays everybody is angry. So any little thing they will be immediately breaking, and all these news are coming. So these brahmacharis, they are creating problem nowadays. But they are brahmacharis, self-restraint. Whatever happening, no reaction. This fast is only for 3 days. And sometimes the brahmanas, the twice born, they will be having the yajnopabit and they will have that savitra. Second is prajapatya. They will observe for the whole 1 year. 365 days I am going to control. That is the tapa, practice. And continuously they will practice. Third is Brahma. The Brahma means observing till the end of the study. So from the very beginning of the study till the end, if I become a doctor or an engineer or a professional, till I complete my study and go into the job or start earning, I am going to maintain this discipline. And that is called Brahma. And Brihat, that's for the whole life. There's a whole life. Even the brahmacharya is also having this 4. For the 3-4 days, short period, then for 1 year, then for a long time till I complete my study and go into the next asrama, that is Garhastha. I will maintain this, and then come Brihat. This whole life. And the householder, there are 4 different types of householders. They are also living in the houses, they are also maintaining their families. But how they are maintaining? There are 4 types. One is Bharta. You need not to remember this, but just idea. The Bharta, they are actually agriculturists and also working in the industry or developing all this economy that we see. And by that way they are surviving. It's called Bharta. This is the main structure of the society. Second comes Sanchaya. And this Sanchaya through teaching or priestlyhood. The teachers, professors, Whatever they learned, now they are selling that knowledge, utilizing that knowledge, and they are earning. That is called, that particular profession is called Sanchaya. Then comes Shalin. Shalin means livelihood without begging. Many different type of livelihood, but no begging. So that is called Shalin. And Siloncha, this Siloncha, usually the monks they do practice. When all the paddies they cut down and take away, the small grains here and there that will be on the field, they go and collect it. And on that they survive, like the birds. The birds will also go to the field when all the grains they have taken away, but still some grains will be there scattered all over. They will go and collect. That is the ultimate livelihood of the householders. But these people, usually in the household, who are going and collecting and surviving, they cannot be considered as a good householder. The first is the best, Bharta, and also the second, Sanchaya. Then Banaprastha. There are 4 different types of Banaprasthi, retired people. And 4 different types. What is that? One is Vaikanas, living whatever they get on that. That's called Banaprasthi. The modern Banaprasthis, that is totally different. They are retired, but they have their own. This is necessary because of the society. In those days, the society was different. Whoever is there inside the jungle, all the grihasthis, they used to go and give them the food and many other things. Because the Banaprasthis, they will leave all earth and home and go inside the jungle and secluded. These people, they used to go and help them. Still, there are some systems are there. If you go to Uttarakhand, that there you will find small cottages. This is maintained by some of the trust. And if you just go to the office and say, I want to stay over here, they will say, okay, no problem. They will allot you one small cottage. You have to clean it, you have to stay over there. Nothing is there, just floor you have to. And then you have to go and collect food. There are some places are there, these people call Chhatra. This Chhatra, they are giving the doles, the help. All these people will go collect their food and come and stay in the. You need not to pay anything, just practice spirituality. So that is also are there. But now, that in the old times, they used to say Vaikanas. Vaikanas means living on whatever they get. Then Balakilla. They do not accumulate anything. And they will go, stretch their 2 palms, and whatever you give, they will eat over there and wash. But they will survive on that. Very difficult life. And they will never even carry the water. The most of the monks, they will carry their drinking water, and that also they won't carry. If they get the water, is good. If they don't get, they will survive in that. So that is a difficult Balakilla after the retirement. Then Odumbara. Odumbara means he will get up in the morning and after practicing spiritual all the disciplines, then he will come out of the cottage and look to any direction his mind wants to go. He will go. And he will continue going till he finds some fruits for, some food for you. How many of you are ready? The last one I didn't say. So, these are very comfortable, all the doctors, nurses, medicine, then this is our old age home, and that is, we are now, they'll be staying in the old age home, paying a huge sum of money, and they'll say, now Maharaj, we are in Banaprastha. This is Banaprastha. There's not a single Bana anywhere. But anyway, this is not possible in the modern time. It is mentally we should do. It's not that we have to get up and go any direction. If we find the food or not, we continue. If you like to eat, you have to continue to collect the food. And the final one called Fenap. These fain-uppers, they will go and see if the fruit has fallen, that they will collect and eat. Otherwise, they won't eat anything. They won't take help from others. And don't be encouraged with all these things. It is not to be practiced nowadays. It's very difficult. So, majority of the forest that you see, there is no the fruit-bearing trees. So you won't get this. So don't make this mess up after some of the people out of emotion. So again and again I am telling, these are the stages. In those days, the people, they could, because their lifestyle was completely different from the beginning itself. They were so controlled, so they could do. Now comes the 4 different types of sannyas. Now here, the first thing they say, dharma. There's the 4 steps of this life, this learning, charity, austerity and truthfulness. Then comes ashrama. In the ashrama again 4, Vanaprastha, Brahmacharya, then Garhastha, Vanaprastha. The last ashrama is called Sannyasa ashrama. Now when you grow, now the young people, they don't bother about the philosophy, bother about God. Only the parents, they will be guiding them, no, this is good. From their experience, they will be guiding the children. Please come, please sit, please listen, please do, please that. So that is yesterday one young boy came, his mother was telling, see, this is a great Swami, my Guru, go and touch his feet. He said, you go and touch, it is your Guru. Then the father told, no, you should also go. Then he looked at father and mother and he could understand, it's okay, if I go and touch his feet, then all problem will be solved. He came, touched my feet and sat on that wheelchair and then started rolling. He was enjoying sitting over there. This is the nature when the young never care for anything, always curious. So they take up different type of things that we cannot think of. Why? Because of the knowledge, because of the experience. So this is the reason, this is the one type, but afterwards that young boy will be matured and he will say to his son, go and touch the feet of the holy person. Again, the same thing goes on. So the Brahmacharya, Garhastha, Vanaprastha is totally withdrawn mind. In this country I find, and so many people, wealthy people, learned people, they could live their life in totally different way. But really, they are living Vanaprastha life. They'll be going to different temples, they'll be attending different discourses, they'll be reading so much of books. And that way, that is the Vanaprastha life they are leading. Sometimes they will say, our children are coming to visit us, or we are going to visit our children. And majority of the time, they practice this. This is the 3rd stage, practice and getting ready for sannyasa. But many other countries that I have visited, they can't think of it. Each and every one is working to earn something like that, the survival. Here, because of that Lakshmi, this we should utilize, this situation we should utilize, and utilize this wonderful place. And then finally the sannyasa. What type of sannyasa? One is kuti chaka. They live in one place and practice the spiritual discipline. This is called kuti chaka. Sri Ramakrishna mentioned kuti chaka and bahudaka. Then another is bahoda, and sometimes it's a bahu udaka. Bahoda. Udaka means water. And the man who is traveling to different places and drinking the water from different sources is bahoda. That means he is traveling. Sannyasin, but in one place, only practicing spirituality, not going to anyone or any place. And this bahoda moves in different places. They are mainly dedicated to knowledge. Kutichakas are mainly dedicated to different type of rituals. So they have a god, early morning they will get up, they have to offer food to God. They cannot move. Who else is there to take up that? We have to attain to that. So that way is all the time they are attending the temple or the shrine or their god. They cannot move. And Bahadur, that is, they constantly practice knowledge and not so much bound by the ritualistic thing. So they go to different places to collect knowledge. Third is Hamsa. This Hamsa is established in the practice of jnana. Second one, he is searching for knowledge. Third one, convinced about the knowledge. That is called Hamsa. Why Hamsa? Swan. What is that swan? They are actually leaving. Even if they go to that water, water cannot wet their body. They just come up and then there is no water in the body. So the Hamsa. This Hamsa, these swans, are like that. They have the pure knowledge. What is that knowledge? I am pure and I am Brahman. Though I am this moment living in this body, but that is Hamsa. And the fourth one is called Nishkriya. This Nishkriya will never do anything. That is one who has realized the Atman and goes beyond all duties and responsibilities. Goes beyond the duties and responsibilities. They won't do anything. Sometimes we feel like that, why these people are not doing. Actually, they don't feel like, argue like that doing. Why? Because they see everything that is going on for the betterment of those people. Suffering or enjoyment, everything they can see. When you go and sit and observe a theater, a movie, so many people, some are suffering, some are enjoying, some are doing this, some are doing that. We are not affected. When the movie is over, the theater is over, we come out. And that's all. Why? Because we know all these things that are going on are actually very, very temporary. They are just showing to us. Same way, when we look at this world and we see that things are happening, all this slowly, small little child is coming, maybe 1 month old. Please bless him, the baby we are blessing, and then 5 months, please put the first rice, and okay, they're slowly growing up, going to the school. Till now we know what is going to happen to him. He will be like this. Whether he will be successful or not, that this moment we cannot say, but we know the life will go like this. And so we are not that way afraid or doing anything. It will automatically, it will take turn. And similarly, these Nishkriyas, they are completely withdrawn. So these are the four. Now Brahma was going on creating and forming the systems, ashrama and the satya, and all this creation is Brahma. But the problem, the God asked him to make the whole world populated. Brahma could not do that. The Brahma created some of the rishis, the great rishis, 9 very powerful rishis. But the moment the rishis were created, they went and sat for meditation. Because they told, no, we can see this world is temporary. Why should we unnecessarily waste our time in this? I am not going to do that. You know, the Middle East, they have the system. As long as you are working under some company, you have the contract, you are free, you can do anything. You can purchase a house, a plot of land, and the car and all those things, enjoy. But the day your job is over, contract is over, within 1 month, you have to leave. So no one there working, coming from outside, don't purchase any house. Because that is a problem. And all around people, they know that their job contract is over, they're going to sell the house. No one will purchase. Almost you have to give in a donation. So they don't purchase the house, but they are in the rented condos, big, wonderful condos are there, they'll be there. They will purchase a big, nice car, and the moment they understand that, they will sell it, or they will take on the lease, like that. Why? The local people, they are constantly searching for construction, my house, because they are there. And if you feel that in this world I am completely temporary, if you can constantly remember Mono Chala Nija Niketane, Samsara Videshe Videshir Veshe, Brahmo Kano Akarane. There's a famous song that Narendranath, our Swami Vivekananda sang before Sri Ramakrishna. Oh my mind, this whole world is completely temporary. You have come to visit this place. So don't be entangled with all this. Let us go back. Some people, they went to visit some country, there was a flood. The local people are thinking how to save their property. And the visitors, they were going on contacting their own embassies. And let us go back, let us go back. They don't bother about other things. Somehow if we can go back to our own place, we are safe. In this world also, the spiritual people, they always think, I have come over here as a visitor, now I am entangled. I have lost my passport, somehow I have to get back that passport and go back to my own abode. And that is called Niskriya. The sannyasa, the last stage is that, Niskriya. No, I am not going to stay here. The Brahma, he created the rishis and he created his own mind-born sons. And they are very famous. Their names are Sanak, Sananda, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. These are the four sons. The senior one is Sanak. And they are known as Kumaras. Many of the times in the Bhagavatam you will find the Kumaras, very powerful spiritually. And they started without their knowledge helping the God for different type of incarnations and the divine games. This Sanak, Sananda, Sanatan and Sanat Kumar. Now, Brahma, after all this creation, he created the Vedas, he created these rishis and his own children, but no one was listening to him. Then one day he was lamenting, Aho Adbhutam, Etad me Bhapritasyapi Nittada, Nahi Edhante Praja Nunam Daivam Atra Bighatakam. He's saying, this is really surprising. Adbhutam, this is surprising. I, the Brahma, constantly trying to expand the creation, but the number of offspring, the praja, are not increasing. Is providence, Daivam, against me, Bighatakam? Sometimes when we try and not successful, we say, oh, the providence, the Daiva is not in favor. And Brahma, he is also thinking in that way, what will happen to me? I am trying so much. But look at this, my children, Sanak, Sananda, they are all, and they call Balakilya. They are all just the children. They are not attached to anything. A tremendous spiritual knowledge. But they are not listening to, when the Brahma told that you have to go and develop the progeny. What is that, Father? We don't bother about that. And the rishis, the moment they were created, they ran away from Brahma. Because they knew that he is going to ask them something to do, but they don't like to do. So they will go away. When we were very young brahmacharis in Belur Math, we knew that one of our trustees, whenever he will see a brahmachari, we used to study a lot, but at the same time, after that, a lot of work also used to do. But the moment he will see that we are walking or sitting by the side of the Ganga, he will find, hey, you are not doing anything, come to my office and do this. So from distance, if we saw that he is coming, we knew that he must be going to collect some working hands. So we used to hide ourselves, to go away. So like that, the Swami who was supposed to come over here to give the talk on 26th of August, and we booked all the hall, etc. And we were the friends, and he was the main. The moment he will see a trustee, he used to say, hey, trustee, let us hide. Now he himself became a trustee, and also the assistant secretary. Then one day when I was talking with him over phone, I told, now you are a trustee and also assistant secretary. Then how you are hiding yourself? And I go and see in the mirror and then I come out from there. Though I am hiding from myself. He was just joking. So that way, it's sad that he passed away and we had to cancel the program. So anyway, this is the way whenever the Brahma, he was going to his created being, rishis, no sir, it is not possible for us, and they will go and meditate. Everybody is meditating, and Brahma then lamenting and thinking, there must be something wrong in me. That's why the God is not helping. When he was thinking in that way, what happened, that is the Supreme Being and working for the creation. Supreme Being and asked me for the creation, and I am not able. Whatever he has given, I have utilized that. I have made the whole thing ready. But there is no living being. Somebody should be living. I have created this beautiful house, AC, everything is ready. But there is no one to live. What will happen to me? And Brahma is afraid with the Supreme Being. He will punish him. So what to do? When he was thinking in that way, a very special thing happened. Tada, that time, tasya means that Brahma, kasya, it's not kasya, kasya, ka means Brahma. So, tasya, kasya, rupam, his figure, adbhut dveda yat kayam abhichakshate. I have broken those so that you can understand. Tada, at that time, his means the body, rupam, got divided, dveda, in two pieces, in two parts. Kaya. In Sanskrit it's called Kaya. What is that Kaya? Why this name word Kaya has come? Bhagavatam is full of giving all this information. So many varieties. Those who are interested, they can read the Bhagavata, and mainly there are some of the Bhagavatas giving the footnotes. Kaya, because Ka means Brahma. And from that Ka, this body has come. Whose body? In the 53rd verse, once again, it takes us to the central conception of the Hinduism. One become many. In the 53rd verse of that third skanda, third book, and it says, Brahma divided himself into two parts. One man and the other part became a woman. With a form man and woman, that form came, they needed the name. Because without the name, we cannot identify. What will happen? It says, Yastu Tatra Puman So Abhut Manu Sayambhuva Swarat. And second, Striya Asit Shatarupa. Her name became Shatarupa. Akhya Mahishya Mahatmanaha. 53rd verse, it says like this, that this same story is there in all other religions also. The God created a man and a woman. The man was named what? In the Bible? Adam. But God created a man in Hindu. And what is his name? Swami. Only few they know. But all they know about Adam and Eve, or Adam. And in the Islamic, the conception, Adam and Hawa. Because they are from the same locality, so Adam is the common name for the boys. So Adam, and in the Islamic tradition, it is Hawa, and they are Eve. But here, in Indian tradition, it is Swayambhu Manu. His name is Swayambhu and then Manu. And at the same time, the second part, Shatarupa. But in the Christian tradition or the Islamic tradition, we don't get the clear understanding where from God created. Out of what God created the man and the woman? Here, very clearly, we find the Brahma is making his two part. Even in the tradition of the Shaivites, you will find in the Bombay, if you go, Elephanta Cave, there is that same wonderful image. So though some of the invaders, they tried to break it. There's the image of Ardhanarishwara. Ardha Nari Ishwara. The half part is male, another part is the female. So there is no difference between man and woman. They're both the same, both are created from the holy body of the Brahma. Yastu tatra pumam so abhuta manu sayambhu and swarat. What the swarat means? Inborn knowledge. Because for the creation and the maintenance, because that he will be the first king of the whole world. So obviously he needs knowledge, and there is no time to give him knowledge. Who will be there to teach him? So Swarat, he became his own teacher, and then his wife is Satarupa. Hearing upon these, the Saunaka, now you remember the Saunaka, you have not forgotten, I am sure. The Saunaka, the Rishi, who was actually spearheading the lot of rishis, they were listening to, in the Naimisharanya, they were listening to that sutta, what is going on. They became very much curious. Now, previously they were asking what Brahma is doing, how he is creating. Then when they came to know the Brahma has created the two, one man and woman, immediately they are asking what Manu Sayambhu did to bring out into manifestation of all the jivas. Now the first creation is the Sayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. And the sutta then quoted Sri Maitreya. Maitreya the Rishi who was having the conversation with Vidura. So it's not possible for many of you to remember those names because it goes in a vast scripture and traditional way. It goes the stories after stories. But anyway, the Vidura, the wonderful character of Mahabharata, and the Maitreya of the Bhagavatam, we find that Maitreya was very knowledgeable person. So Vidura is asking what happened. And now these rishis, they are trying to listen it from the sutta, and the sutta is narrating. So this story coming down to us, and sutta is quoting the Vidura, Yada Swa Bharjaya, Sa Bharjaya, with his own wife, Sardham Jata Sayambho Manu, Pranjali Pranato Vedagarbham Idam Abhashata. Abhashata means he said. Bhashan, Abhashata, he addressed. To whom? Veda Garbham. These are the very wonderful words the Sanskrit is always used. They never mention Brahma. Now he said Veda Garbham. And sometimes Chaturmukham. The same person. So this Veda Garbham means full of knowledge. Veda means knowledge. The full of knowledge. Who? The Brahma. What he did after being born as a man and a woman, both of them they went and they bowed down to the Creator. That is the first teaching, humble. And that great humbleness, it is there in the man and the woman. They went to the Creator and said, Tameka sarva bhutanam janmakrit vrittida pita. You are the creator and the nourisher of all being. I am not forgetting that. Remember, Swarat, the word. He was already having all knowledge. He knew what was his duty and what was his responsibility and how much power he is possessing. Everything he knew. But still he is going to his father, and that father is Brahma, from where they came, and bowing down and telling You are the creator and the nourisher of all beings. You are the Father. Yet, what ways could your children serve you? And that is the first time in the whole creation process, the old man Brahma was so happy. This is the first time he laughed and he will express his joy. And many, the Vedavyasa is giving the expression in many slokas, Brahma was so happy. The people should get children like you. You are so powerful, so knowledgeable, and everything that you are having, still you are so humble that you are coming to me, the Father. Let each and every one get this type of children. So the parents will be so happy when the children are coming. You can imagine the joy of the Brahma. All children should be like you. O Swayambhu Shatarupa. You go and give birth to many children like you and help in the creation of the Supreme Being. This is but service you can do to me. And then he said, the inner controller of all also be pleased with you. The inner controller of all. Brahma, he is also created. Who created? Someone else. And that completely never born, Aja. Aja means never born one, whom these people, the Vaishnavas, they call Vishnu. And the Vedantin they call what? Brahman. It's not Brahma, it's Brahman. They're all consciousness. This, he said, Bhagavan Rishikesha Anutushyati. Even that God will be very happy. You are helping him to spread this message. What was that particular mission? To make the progeny. So that now if you look at different countries, they are bringing some of the people from different places and giving them the land. Why? Because they have so much of land and no population. They need those places should be populated. Otherwise, lot of trees and snow and mountain, what we are going to do with that? We need some people, we need some population. So they are bringing. So they are getting that, and slowly, if you go to those places, then there will be demand, don't cut the trees and all that. Now it is full of trees. These people will go and cut the tree and started the cities. Again the demand will come, no, trees are necessary. So this goes in circle. Here also we find, now meditating on the Supreme Being, the Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, they gave birth to 5 children, 2 sons and 3 daughters. They became known as Priyavrata, Uttanapada. These are the 2 sons of the Swayambhu Manu. And Akuti is the daughter, Devahuti, the second daughter, and Prasuti, the third daughter. Now the daughters grew up, and as the parents, they always think, particularly in the Eastern countries, all arranged marriage. So naturally this is the responsibility of the parents to go and find good match, a husband for the daughter. The same way Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, they started traveling different places, and this time they were taking their second daughter Devahuti to find out a good match, a husband. And where they were going? To all the ashramas. Why in the ashramas? Because these people are highly educated people. They were not rich, but educated people. And who was the Swayambhu? The Lord of the whole universe. He was having a lot of money. So it was not problem for him to give some property and the money to the son-in-law. So he went out and he was searching. In the meantime, what happened? All these rishis, they were so much charged with tyaga, renunciation. None of them were married. Ultimately, Lord Vishnu had to come the matchmaker, what to do? The poor man, he wants to see the whole world full of the people. Now Vishnu must be very happy, so much a population. Now, this Vishnu, he came to one rishi, his name was Kardam. And he told, Kardam, you must obey me. Kardam said, oh, you are my lord, you please tell what I have to, you have to marry. Kardam almost choked. Marry? Why this order? Why you are asking me to marry? Now this is my wish. And then he said, day after tomorrow, the two are coming to visit you with their daughter. They are great people. And the way, I am not giving you the whole description, the way the Lord Vishnu was describing to impress that you are going to be related with a great family. This Swayambhu is a great person. He is the king of the whole world. And under him all these things, Shaturupa, you cannot imagine. And then their daughter, Devahuti, is so wonderful beauty. You will never find this type of girl for you. So marry. Kardam told, okay. When the Kardam told, then he left. Kardam told, sir, I have one condition. What is that condition? After, when I will have some children, when Devahuti will be satisfied, then please, you have to allow me to go back once again for meditative life. Can you imagine? And that's why Swami Vivekananda said, we are the descendants of the rishis. And these are the great people, not for the physical pleasure, but only to perform the duties of a householder. So the Putra, so this, they came, and this call, his capital was Brahmavarta. Brahmavarta, there is another big things are there. The Brahmavarta, from there, from the capital, he came to meet this. Exactly, so God knew, Vishnu knew what is going to happen, so he came to meet him to this rishi. The rishi was, at the place he was staying, is called Bindusara. These are still the places are there. This Bindusara, and over there he came and he saw, and he entered into that the small house, and he saw the rishi after finishing his morning prayer and the breakfast, very refreshed way, sitting over there. And seeing this tree, immediately the Kardam, the Muni understood about them only the Lord said. And he understood that what I have to do. The Manu and his family reached and requested the great man of knowledge, Kardam, to accept his daughter Devahuti as his wife. Then there is a wonderful description how the Kardama is accepting. I am giving only few lines. As you wished, let the marriage of your daughter take place in accordance with the Vedic dictum. This is the first time the marriage. This Shatarupa and the Swayambhu Manu, they were not married in that way. The Brahma created them and asked them to, and then now all those things, this is the first time a man and a woman, they are going to marry, and not just, oh, I accept you as my wife, not like that, with all the Vedic processes. What are the Vedic processes? They'll be lighting the fire, and they'll offer all this oblation to the fire. All of you know much better than me. I have only observed and never went to for practice and don't like to go to practice. So they'll be offering all those things. Why? For the betterment of the society. If you read those mantras, the wonderful mantras, they are offering for the betterment of the society, for the world, for the human being. And then the man and the woman, they will promise. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she was very much curious to know about the marriage system of the Christians. So she asked, how do you marry? Sister Nivedita gave a demonstration with sister, another American lady was there. And so both of them, and they will exchange their rings and the promise, till death part us. We are going to be husband and wife. Mother, Ma Sharadamani Devi was so happy. Till death, in this at least one. Hindus goes 7 steps ahead. And they say, 7 times in our life we will be husband and wife. And nowadays they want to change that particular phase. One life is sufficient. Next life I don't want this man as a husband. So anyway, so that is a different thing. But this is the first time in the whole world a man and a woman, they became the man and the lady. So this Kardama is telling, it should be according to the Vedic dictum. And all the system that we follow now, the Hindu system, all coming from him. It will be the first marriage. And this will lay down the guideline of marriage. This thing is there in the 3rd book, 22nd chapter, 15 and 16 verses. Those who are interested, they can go through. Now, I don't know whether Rishi offered the marriage, the food or not, but I am ready to offer you. let us celebrate the first marriage of the Kardama and Devahuti. Don't forget these 2 names, Kardama Muni and the Devahuti. And from them all the progeny came. So let us chant the name of the Vishnu Bhagavan who wanted this, and we conclude. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogina Yasyantam Nabidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Friends, in this connection, I like to remind you one great statement of Swami Vivekananda. He said, when a child is born through prayer, he is Arya. This Aryans, the Arya, is the highest cultured person. When the child is born through prayer and through desire, an Arya. So we will find these 2 couple, this Kardam and the Devahuti, they will give us excellent son, this Kapila. And the next time, of course, the next Sunday, most of us will be in the Ganges. I will request our Bharadanandaji to conduct the class over here. And the next time when we meet, we will read about this Kapila, the great person from whom the philosophy came, and Sankhya. And this Kapila Muni had a wonderful conversation with his mother. the full of knowledge and devotion. Thank you. Please go down, have some food, and then leave.
Next,